Okay, hello everybody. It's me, Shelly. There's my hand. This is going to be weird because I've never done this before. I'm on my phone, I'm at work, and I was just going to pull out this project that I was working on at work only. It's my one and only junk journal. And I have a person in mind, and that's kind of what got the whole thing started. And so I originally was just going to pull out some things to show you, like what I started with. Like I used receipts, the thermal paper receipts, and these, if anyone remembers these, there's some people that drop off paper here that have these attached to it, oddly enough. So those I wound up like doodling on and making, let's see if I can get making like little borders, or I put them through the little Xyron machine that I was able to bring in here. It's just one of those disposable ones. Of course, I didn't pull that out to show, but, so they're like stickers now. And I made, and hopefully I won't make you seasick with this camera bopping around. I'm like way too close, but I don't know how to fix that. And I forgot to bring my camera holder thing. And then just like with scraps of paper that were laying around the office, I took like alcohol ink pens and, just made kind of weird little doodly background paper. That you might want to use to, let's see, like for example. So anyway, in this short amount of time that I went and got my supplies out of the car, I have totally destroyed the space here with all of the tools and glue, and it turned from, I originally started bringing like a baggie to work with, scissors and some pens. And then when I started this journal, I had this bag of different envelopes and papers and stuff, So now I have like this tote full of my spare papers that probably will get thrown away eventually because it's too much. And I wound up buying from Totally Tiffany this big square tote here. It holds a lot of stuff. So, I don't know. Anyway, like from this little piece of scrap paper, I made a W, which is the initial of the person who is going to be receiving this. And I think I cut out some buttons and I don't know if you can see that. You're going to be so seasick. I hope I know how to edit this when I'm done here. Otherwise, I'll just redo it. That's all. Well, anyway, you know what little cardboard buttons look like. Unless you're new to crafting, and then you wouldn't, but I can show you that later. So it all started with this envelope. It was like something was shipped to me in an envelope. This is hard to do, to film and pay attention to what I'm doing on the desk. Okay, so nothing too extraordinary about that. It did turn out to be one of those where it has the like styrofoam discs implanted in here in the inside the envelope, which I don't know if that's a new thing or an old thing, but I don't remember seeing it before. So it kind of makes the envelope a little puffier than I probably would have wanted, but it was the only one I had. So the cover started off with collage. This was packaging material that I received in a box. A whole, like, it was a roll of this craft paper. It's a little crunchy, which I like, crispy. It's like hot glued or hot pressed or something so that it sticks them all together. Then you just peel them apart, and then, then I had little scraps, and I colored them with my alcohol ink pens and collaged them on here. And then on the front, I had some of that thermal receipt paper that I had doodled on, and I thought, oh, I'll just plunk it on here, but I don't know if I like that. And then I made some flowers, and I pretend stitched around it. Let's see, movement, sorry. Another tool that I brought that, like, speaking of those flowers and this W, is the diamond press. And it fits like only like about 2 inches of size dies, so all your little scrap paper that you have, it's perfect for. And it's very portable. They're starting to make them now, not the diamond press so much, but other brands that have a wider opening, which was kind of smart because this is a little bit small. I mean, it's done its job for me so far, but if there was one a little bigger, then you could use dies that were a little bigger, obviously. All right, so no idea what I'm doing with my camera. I'm so sorry. So then I did do some stapling through the cover, because I put inside, let's see, let's do this. On the inside, I lined it with another piece of like advertisement, that thick, almost cardboard, but not quite thickness of advertisement paper. And I wound up stapling that in, and then going over it with the metallic duct tape. And then I just had like, let's see, one of these notepads. Well, this particular one, I guess. Oh my God. And I kind of just cut that up and lined it with gold pen to have like some writing paper. And then I embossed the tape because I had like this gap I didn't know what to do with. And then I took some of the thermal paper and fanned it, I don't know, folded it, zigzag, like a fan. I guess that's what, oh, and then I had these it was part of this that I took and ran through the little tool that adds, you know, the I love it when the words just disappear. No idea what I'm talking about. It'll come to me. But turns out that those kind of fit right into one of these things. Sort of. Not all of them. I'm rambling too, so that's not helpful. Then I had like these things, a bunch of them. And so I put washi tape and a butterfly, which I'm not sure if that's upside down or it's a butterfly. And then the words on here, I don't know if we'll be able to focus. You find beauty in ordinary things. Appreciate this gift. That was from a fortune cookie. So I thought that was kind of fun. So now I've kind of got myself into a pickle. You'll see now my one-handed trying to pick stuff up and everything's falling apart. I had this Time Life magazine. I didn't look through all the ones that I have. I just looked through a couple of them, and I found one that had something to do with education, and the person I'm giving it to is a retired school teacher. So I thought, well, that's, you know, this is from 1959, and so I thought I'd put that in here. And then also, I think it was out of that same magazine, there was this W.B. Yeats quote. So I thought, oh, that seems appropriate. I mean, when you're looking through junk, because most of this stuff was just stuff that I had in my car piling up, you know, like magazines, and not so much the Time Life, obviously, but you know, like food magazines or whatever. So then I tried something I saw Amy do. Mine didn't turn out as good as hers, where she made one of these with cardboard and string and made lines on her paper. So I have lines on my paper, but it's not really, you know, where you want to jump right in and start writing something, I don't think. But I might fix it with some gel pen or something. So then, of course, I had to play with the envelope thing. So this girl has multiple face changes. I don't know if you can even tell. This is hard. So anyway, that's not her original look. Anyway, and then I pieced together Do You Know Me, and then I found a made from 86% recycled content. And then you turn that page and there's a big eye. And then I haven't figured out, and I'm thinking maybe I just won't do anything with this particular envelope. Let's see, I have this Geico, which I have Celebrate on one side and Geico on the other, and that not so easily one-handed slides into the envelope. And then at one time, I was playing around with the idea of making paper dolls. And the base of the paper doll was going to be these, I think they're ice cream spoons, wooden ice cream spoons. So anyway, I grabbed one of those from the house one day. So now out of one of the magazines that I had in my car, I cut out a blazer for her and then some legs. And I just left the legs in the envelope. And then you can slide her in and out. And then I don't know if I'm going to make her hair, or maybe the person who gets her can cut out some hair and give it to her. But I haven't decided if I'm going to paint or collage the rest of this envelope or just leave it. Then that envelope is attached to another envelope, and the person that I'm giving it to likes to travel. And so I just had like a AAA magazine and a travel magazine or something, and so I cut out a whole bunch of pictures and collaged them in here and put destination in the window. And then this is a pocket. And this is a little album of more little travel pictures inside, which I thought was kind of fun. Although it seems a little redundant, you know. So I'm not too sure I'm going to keep that in here, or I don't know. But for now, sorry, I can't do this one-handed. So for now, it's in this little pocket. Then you turn the page, and I washi taped this envelope, and then inside of this is a just Daisy Love, which is a perfume product from a magazine, and so now she can pull that out and smell it if she wants to smell something pretty. And there's this washi tape. Then I thought, oh, a crossword puzzle would be a good idea until you open it, and then, you know, of course, you can't have the questions on the same page as the crossword puzzle, and then this is upside, depending on how you look at it, one is upside down from the other. But I thought, you know what, it's junk, so deal with it. Then this kind of turned into like kind of a creepy Valentine Boo Bash. I used his and her silhouettes on a skeleton. It had like I had a whole different idea, and then that's what came out of it. And then I took this Opie nail polish box and reconstructed it, and now it's you can pull it out, and so I used the skull inside like it was a picture frame, so like maybe a person could put their own photo in there of their choice. I'll have to fix that later. But now I have to figure out, you know, how to get this into the journal. Yeah. And here's another Time Life page. It was Snap, Crackle, and Pop, but I couldn't fit that in where I cut it off. But on the other side of that page is like, you know, a family from the late 50s, I guess, sitting around the kitchen. Then some writing paper. Of course, it's the grade school writing paper. Here's a magazine page, says creative, so I thought that would be a good thing to keep. Then the other side of it, of course, was Dove's chocolate advertisement. Then the person I'm giving this to just got a new grand puppy that lives in Nevada. And so when I saw this, I thought, well, we should have that. And then I glued that to some more of this paper, but I didn't do a very good job. And I don't know how to fix that. And if someone wants to write on that, are they going to poke a hole in the paper? I don't know. Again, then I glued that to, which I plan on maybe adding some of those borders that I made. An order form that was in a magazine, and I thought, well, that's a good place to write down addresses or telephone numbers, or that you run across in your daily travels, or just to make a list with or something, place to fill those out. And then it was from a magazine that sells apparently stuffed animals, and I kept it because I love elephants. And I don't know, I may cover that up, whatever. Oh, and here, now we're losing the Dove. What's happened? Ugh. All of a sudden you'd think I was on a hill. Everything was like sliding. All right. Then I thought, oh, I should add some coloring pages in case she gets bored. Here's a paper clip I made from the trash. Can you see it? No, because I don't know what I'm doing. I put a little pearl on there. I probably shouldn't have, because I wanted the tail to be emphasized, but it doesn't look like the tail. But anyway, so yeah. So I thought I'll paper clip those in there. There's the rest of that advertisement, and there's where Snap, Crackle, and Pop were supposed to be. But I got to cut them out. Maybe at the Snap, Crackle, Po. And then I have these painty, it's actually on a glossy photo paper that I had sitting next to my table at home when I was doing like a project, and I was using these to clean up my spare paint. And I thought, oh, they look pretty cool. I can maybe make, let's see if I can get the light better on this one. Ugh. This might look like the throw up that you're producing now after getting dizzy watching this. But it's kind of cool looking up close. But I don't know if it's something that you can just use as a postcard, or if I should add something to it, but then like what, I don't know. I could probably just leave that up to her. I'll make them into postcards, and then she can throw them away if she doesn't want them. Then we're getting, oh, and then there was this cartoon out of the book. Make sure you show my work, the kid says to the mom who's doing the kids' homework. So apparently even in 1959, even though they're using a calculator, looks like the parents were busy doing the kids' homework. So I thought I'd add that in here. Then another envelope page, and I found the Live, Laugh, Love, and I used a complimentary admission ticket to I don't know what. Reserved seats, though, whatever it is. Came with an advertisement thing. And then, it's hard to see the right light. This paper is the thermal receipt paper that I colored. And then I just found I think it was a Ghirardelli chocolate advertisement, and I cut out 60% cocoa, 100% impressive. So I'm using that just to stick in here. Then the last of the envelopes, which I was like, why did I do so many envelopes? Well, originally I think I was going to do all envelopes, and then I picked all windowed envelopes. So then I felt the need to do something with all of the windows. So it was getting quite, it was hard. So I painted this envelope, and this happened to be one sent to my house. So I left the street sign on there. And then this construction indication here was something that came out of the local magazine for the town I live in, but it just, you know, how summer is, construction is everywhere. So the person I'm giving this to had like major construction over by her house, to the point where we couldn't even get to her house, you know. You had to be helicoptered in. So anyway, and of course with I cut this out, but then it said, thanks for your patience, 2019 summer construction recap. So I thought that kind of would fit. And like if you had a choice, you know, thanks for your patience, blah. So anyway, so I've got all this piles of ideas, you know, half ideas and partial ideas sitting here, and over here, and over here, you know, and I don't really have all that much left to do. I mean, I'd like to get these coloring pages in here and the postcards, and that might just be about it. And then I'll hopefully have it done by Thanksgiving, which is not that far off, but because I'm only working on it from work, and I only work Saturdays and Sundays. So